today's session will be for half day only. And after the session, we will give you a MCQ, 50 questions MCQ by Google form as per IBBI guidelines, which you have to solve within 45 minutes. The marking will be given, but it will not be counted as in any result. It is a self-evaluation of all the participants only for your own purpose. That was.
Sir, this is unfair. You didn't tell that today there will be a surprise test.
Sir, this is actually IBBI has given guidelines, so don't take it in any way. Matlab, even if you will get less marks, it will not impact any of your result. It is simply what you have studied for your own purpose, not for RVO purpose or not for IBBI purpose. It is only for your own purpose.
All right, sir.
Gopal sir, Geeta ji link is your link?
Yeah. So my office staff.
Yes. So 5 participants have joined and 4 is still pending. Mr. Avinash Podar, Mr. Amit Agarwal, and Ravi Prithvi. Just a minute.
Well, very good morning, friends. At the outset, let me thank AIIOVF and the entire team, especially the Managing Director, CA Vijay Kumar Gupta, for the dedicated support. Very rare to see a person of Vijay Kumar Gupta's caliber who has been down to earth and taking the RVO to the next level, where you will rarely find such kind of interaction by the person at the helm of affairs, especially in the other RVOs. So that is the kind of dedication and the support which Mr. Vijay has been extending. So thank you very much, and I'm sure he along with his team and with our support, I'm sure AIIOVF will definitely see great heights. And the kind of support we have got from the best of the faculties across the country, whether it is north or south, it is phenomenal. So I must thank all the faculty members also today. For actually, I was supposed to be part of the first 2 weeks session, but for various other engagements, and of course, only in the valuation sessions only I've been engaged. But nevertheless, I don't want to miss this particular session. So today, actually, I'm in Tiruchirappalli, not in Chennai. So from Tiruchi, so with after the morning darshan and walk and morning darshan, So morning darshan over, then running. So had a small bite and then rushing for this 8 o'clock session. So thank you very much.
One special thing, our 5 members have cleared the exam, and 1 member become the registered valuer as well. And all 4 application is also pending. That will be cleared within a day or 2 by the IBBI. And all were the students of fast track batches of Gopal sir. And Gopal is also the chairman of our valuation standard board of our RVU.
Sir, there is one more thing that there is a possibility of 2 more applications you will be getting as an RV entity. Okay. As an RV entity, I need not mention who is that, but there are workers going on where 2 chartered accountant firms, once the number 3, the 3 partners have, they are qualified, you will be getting an application for RV entity. So registered valuers entity for big ticket valuation. So that is also will happen.
Sir, one entity application has been received from Jaipur, from past chairman of Jaipur and ICI.
Okay, good. So that's very good news. Huh? Yes. Now, let me share the screen first. Huh? Yeah. So, yeah. I'll first take this particular case, and whatever I'll be doing today, all will be exam-oriented cases. And I want to make one observation to all of you, that this is your syllabus of FIS, Fixed Income Securities for new syllabus, where this includes what do you call it as the options also forming part of this. For example, maybe here I can show you. Yeah, please look at this. So this is your FIS syllabus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So option also forms part of your fixed income securities. And point to be noted, on option, there is a possibility of getting a 6-mark case study. And apart from this, another 6-mark case study from your bond valuation. So 6 plus 6, 12. What I'm saying is a minimum mark. Apart from this, there are possibilities of a 1-mark question. So that is minimum 6 marks or 7 marks from bond, and from options another 6 or 7 marks. So maybe 7 plus 7, 14, plus 6 plus 6, 12, which is case studies. So 14 plus 12, 26 marks. So 26 marks is the content this particular topic alone has, the possibility. So therefore, we'll try to do as many problems as possible. And I'll be giving you the questions here. Sorry. So this is the first question I'll be doing. This is a question which has appeared in examination also for quite a number of times. But I would have just changed the numbers just for your convenience. I don't want to make this a model. Whatever I'm going to do, the model of the exam questions I'm going to solve now. Now, this is the first question. So let us first understand this. So since already some fundamentals of bond, duration and all this stuff has been already been discussed, nevertheless, I'll try to actually share with you the fundas also every time when I'm going to do the questions. Okay. So the first point here is based on the credit rating of the bonds. Mr. Yagnesh Desai has decided to apply the following discount rates for valuing bonds. So please, whenever you read the question, try to understand what the question is actually conveying to you. So here, Mr. Desai has decided to apply the following discount rate. That means you need to first know what is the discount rate is going to arrive at. So that is going to be used to arrive at the present value. Okay, good. So now, credit rating AAA, the discount rate is a 364-day T-bill rate plus 3% spread. AA rating is AAA plus 2% spread. A rating means AAA rating, that is discount rate plus 3% spread. Now, what is your 364-day bill rate is 9%. So that means AAA rating will be 9 plus 3, 12%. AA rating will be 12 plus 2, 14%. A credit rating will be again 12 plus 3, 15%. So this is 9 plus 3, 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 12 plus 3, 15. So this is the discount rate. Rather than directly giving the discount rate, he has just Gumke Firke, he has actually given this. He is considering investing in a AA rated bond. So AA rated means actually it is 9 plus 2. So 9 plus 2 is 11%. Rupee 1,000 face value bond currently selling at 1025.68. So this is price. This is price, not value. So currently selling price is 1025.68. So you need to arrive at the value, and maybe when the value is high, the price is low, buy. When the value is low and the price is very high, that means it is costly. So this is a normal common sense. You don't need to actually, you can go to, if you are in Chennai, you can go to Saukarpet. Saukarpet people will actually teach you, or you can, if you are in North India, you can go to Gujarat. So that common sense is sufficient to actually do all this stuff. But only the arithmetic part is where we need to actually pay attention. So the bond has 5 years to maturity, and the coupon rate on the bond is 15% per annum payable annually. So this is your coupon rate, 15% per annum payable annually. Now the next interest payment is due 1 year from today. That means I am in year 0 now. I am in year 0 now, and the bond is redeemable at par. Assuming a 364-day bill rate to be 9%, you are required to answer the following questions. So what is it? So whenever you read these kind of questions, please have a notebook like this, okay, and note down the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the entire answer I will be actually solving it in an Excel spreadsheet. These questions also I will share it with you today. It's once the session is over, immediately I will share it, okay. And also, if you wish, the spreadsheet also I will share it. The spreadsheet will be the answer part. That also I will share it to you. Okay. Good. So now let me take you to the first question. What is the calculate the intrinsic value of the bond? Okay, fair value of the bond. So let me now take you to this question. So this is I'm sorry, what is this? Yagnesh Desai. Okay. So the question is Yagnesh Desai. So Desai. So just for your comfort. So now what is the inputs that has been given in the question? Sorry. So it is 1,000 face value. So face value is 1,000. The coupon is actually 15%. 15% per annum. Okay, good. Then you have the market price, the price of the bond. It is the price of the bond. The currently selling at 1025.68. So the price of the bond is 1025.68. Okay, so 1025.68. Now we have the next interest payment is 1 year from today. So now what they are asking, calculate the intrinsic fair value of the bond. Now what is the AA rating discount rate? So your discount rate, remember guys, there is a lot of difference between there is a lot of difference between your coupon rate and your discount rate. So your discount rate is AA rating is AAA plus 2% spread. So 9% plus 3, which is 12%. 12 plus 2, it is 14%. So discount rate is 14%, which is for a AA rated. Good. It is for a AA rate. So now you have the year. First year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year. Okay. And what's my cash flow? My cash flow is now always remember, guys, this is intrinsic value of the bond, fair value of the bond, and yield. The term yield, the value of the bond, all these terms are from the perspective of the holder. There will be two guys, there will be two people. One is the company, that is called the issuer. For the issuer, it is not yield. For the issuer, it is cost. Bond is actually a debt instrument. So they take the money, issue the scrip, and they pay interest. So therefore, the term yield is not from the issuer's perspective. Please always be very clear about it. The yield is always from the perspective of the holder, that is the investor. Okay, good. So now the cash flow is 15% of 1000, which is 150. So you have 150 for all the 5 years, and nothing is mentioned about the redemption value. So therefore, whether it is a discount or a premium, I'll do one more problem where the issue price as well as redemption value both will be different, and what will be the impact of it. Okay.
In this, it is redemption at par.
The bond is redeemable at par. Okay, sorry. So it is already given. So thank you very much. So therefore, that is why I'm taking it as 1000 rupees. So I'm getting these are all the cash inflow for the investor, that is for the holder. So now I'm going to discount this at 14%. Why I'm discounting at 14%? Because that is the Yagnesh Desai. Yagnesh Desai will apply the following discount rate for valuing bonds. So that is why they are asking the intrinsic value. Okay. So therefore, now let me discount it at 14%. So 1 divided by 1 plus R, the whole power n. So this is your factor for the first year. I'll freeze this and then I will take this for all the 5 years. And what is my present value? So my present value is, so I'm going to find out the present value. So it is 150 into 0.8772. So this is my present value. The sum of this will be 1034.33. So I'll just put it in yellow color. So this is what we call it as the fair value of the bond, or the intrinsic value of the bond, or the value of the bond based on the discount rate. Okay, based on the discount rate. So this is 1033. Okay, so what we have got is 1033, 34.33. So that is your answer. So this is what we call it as the fair value, otherwise called the intrinsic value. Okay, intrinsic value. Now, the question doesn't stop here. The question actually continues after this. So even though the question says this 1025.68, I think this is 68 or 86, whatever it is, forget about it. So approximation and all, you can ignore it. They have also given this market price also as part of your answer. Now, let me put this question reverse. So your value of the bond is 1034, but market price is 1025. So naturally, you will buy the bond. Okay, naturally you will buy the bond. So please, that is actually one another question. Please look here. Will Mr. Yagnesh Desai invest in the bond? Actually, the answer is yes, but you have two yes. Because the market price of the bond is more than its fair value, because the market price is less than its fair value. So which will be the right answer? Market price is not more than its fair value. Market price is actually less its fair value. Fair value is 1034. Okay. So and your market price is 1025. So therefore, yes, because the market price is less than the fair value. So answer is 4D. So your I'll just put this here. So your answer for fourth question is 4D. Okay. So as the market price of the bond is less its fair value. So this is another answer. Just put all these yellow color are answers. Okay. And this is with respect to your, I'm sorry, the fourth, question number 4. This is answer for 1. This is answer for 4. Good. Now, in between, you have question number 2 and 3. So, what is question number 2 and 3? What is the current yield? What is the current yield? Now, yield is from the perspective of the investor. And what is the yield to maturity? So, now all of you please make one point very clear that current yield is current yield. I think one of the participants hasn't muted their audio. Kindly mute your audio. So current yield is actually for only 1 year. So it means what is your annual return or annual interest or whatever it is, annual interest divided by your investment. Divided by your investment. So for current yield means for current period, for the current year, for the first year, for today, for this year. So you are investing today, how much your investment is 1025.68. Okay. So your investment is 1025.68. And your, what is it? Your annual interest. Your annual interest is 150. So therefore, your current yield is 150 divided by 1025.68. So this is your so 14.62. So this is your answer for 2. Good. So 14.62. So where is it? 14.62. This is current yield. So please be very clear about the distinction between yield to maturity and current yield. And in the examination, what I understand, they may not ask both. They may ask any one. Now, for the same question, I will do the yield to maturity also. Okay. So, but look at this. In current yield, they are given 14.62. In yield to maturity also, they are given 14.62. So naturally, you will not have yield to maturity as 14.62, but let us find out what it is. And look at this, even 15% they are given, which is the coupon rate. So all are very close answers. So you have to be very careful. So now let me look at how do we do this yield. So what I will do, I'll just copy this once again here. Okay. So I will. So this is what it is. Now I will remove this word called fair value or intrinsic value. What is your investment? What is your price of the bond? Your price of the bond is not 1034.33. So at 14% yield, that is what your in Desai's discount rate. So and if it is discounted as 14%, 14% is yield. So at 14% yield, your price will be, or investment will be 1034.33. Then for an investment of 1025, so if your price is less, you invest less, your yield will be more. When your price is more than 1034, that means costly. When it is costly, you invest more, but the return is less. So naturally, yield will be lesser than 14%. So now the answer is greater than 14%, but how do you do it? You can use a goal-seek function. So go to data, and even in your examination also you can apply this, or you have to do the trial and error method. And in examination, they may not give you Excel, but they'll give you a Libre Corporations, the spreadsheet, or the CALC. CALC is actually Open Office CALC. So there also the spreadsheet, the same functionality will be there, but there will be a slight difference. Goal seek there also is there. So what I will do is the goal will be 1025.68. So 1025.68 by changing this percentage. So if I change that percentage, so what is the answer? The answer will be 14.2475. So that is my yield to maturity. Yield to maturity. So the yield to maturity will be 14.24, otherwise 25%. So this is my yield to maturity. So I'll just remove this and make this as a percentage. So this is your answer. So this is your answer for 3. So yield to maturity. So please look at this. So current yield is 14.62. But your yield to maturity is 14.25. That's a 2-3. Very close answers. So that is your YTM. So please be very clear about the difference between the fair value, the market price, which is 1025.68, the current yield 14.62, the yield to maturity. Okay.
Can you do it again, please, with the formula?
Which one, man? Which one?
Yield to maturity.
Yield to maturity. Yeah. See, originally it was 14. No, this is what I have done. Okay. Up to this is fine. No.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So now what I will do is, if this is input, if I put input 14%, my output is 1034.33. Now I will do a reverse working. That is, I will use a I'll use a tool called goal seek. Now in this goal seek, I will freeze the output. I'll freeze the output as 1025.68. I'm keying it. By changing what cell? By changing the input. So this is very useful even when we do actually this will be very useful when you do this for income tax calculation. Income, put the formula, you'll get the tax. Now the client will actually ask, no sir, 75,000 zyada hai, 25,000 karenge. So for 25,000, what should be the income? So if you do this, put 25,000 as the output and click, you will get the income. That's all. So it does the trial and error and then it will arrive at the exact answer. So that you can do it. Either you can try this or you can try by a trial and error method. For example, 14 you have got the answer. Maybe you can put 14.5. You got 1016. So answer is 1025. So you have to use an interpolation formula, statistics formula, and then use your paper, pencil, and then calculator, and then you have to do it. So that also you can do. So either you can do it manually or you can use a goal seek by doing a reverse calculation. Any one you can try. So you have to just do a small bit of practice.
Just one question, yes.
Your name, please.
Sivakumar here.
Yes, please.
Yeah, does Libre and the Open Office support this functionality?
Why not?
Never used.
This is, please look here. This is Libre Corporation. You are able to see my screen, Google?
Yes, sir.
This is LibreOffice.
Yes, yeah, we can see.
So LibreOffice, what you have to do is in your office, in 2 old system, you try to install LibreOffice, or you can even install this OpenOffice. OpenOffice Apache. OpenOffice Apache. Here CALC. This is another spreadsheet. What I understand in Chennai, I don't know about the other centers, but in Chennai it is only OpenOffice CALC is there. So those who are trying the Chennai office, Bangalore center, Chennai center, and Hyderabad center, what I understand, and Bombay center. This because I've been very closely interacting with these participants. So for all of them, even in Tiruchi center, Tanjavur center, Pondicherry center, Madurai center, everywhere it is CALC is there. In few places, LibreOffice is there. So LibreOffice is there where in I think in what is it? There's NISM in Mount Road. They say the LibreOffice is there. So you need to just practice with it, download in your system, and then practice it. Okay. So please be clear about this particular part. Now let me now request one of the participant. May I now request Mr. Raman once again, Mr. Raman.
Sir, yes, sir.
Your just views or your reflections about this particular question before I take you to the next question. So every question, let me take a feedback from each of the participants.
No, this question is clear, sir. Absolutely okay. All the concepts you have explained very well.
Okay, thank you. Now let me take you to the next question. Sorry. Now here I am going to do a question on yield to maturity, yield to call, as well as I'm going to do a question on the yield curve also, because yield curve. Okay. So let me do that one. And this is also an exam question model only, almost very, very similar question. Slight change maybe only there in the exam. There's also an exam question. So you are evaluating the yield on 1,000 face value callable bond with a 10-year maturity and a 9% per annum coupon rate, semi-annum coupon. So they say semi-annum. So what we did there was an annual coupon. Good. So the bonds can be called back. This is where the catch is. And all of you must understand one thing called as callable bond and puttable bond. So I hope all of you are clear with that. Otherwise, I'll explain that part also. Bonds will come with a lot of flavors. So plain vanilla bond is what we did just now. This is what you call as a flavor bond. You have an exotic bonds also. Okay, exotic bonds. So the bonds that can be called back at 110% of par value in 3 years. And bond is currently trading at 950. So that means selling price. So price. Okay. So when there we had 1025.68 something. Now we have to find YTM. Then you have to find the duration. You have to find the yield to call. You have to plot the yield curve. So all the 4 you have to do. Okay, good. So let us now do this. So this is semi and on with semi-annual coupon. Okay, so friends, I think one of your mic is on. Kindly check this. Check now. So this question, sorry. So the face value is 1,000. Then you have with a callable bond. Now, hope all of you know the difference between callable bond and puttable bond. Or should I explain? Maybe I will request Mr. Dr. Avinash Podarji. Hope you are clear with callable bond and puttable bond. Else, if you prefer so, I'll explain.
Sir, if you can explain just in brief once again, so that
Yeah,
would be okay,
because
because I've joined just now.
Thank you. Now, all of you know that the bond will have an issue. You issue at a price and you redeem at a price. And what is a plain vanilla bond is? It is like your insurance product. You take for 5 years or 10 years. You wait till maturity. And take the process. So when you wait till maturity and take the proceeds, that's called yield to maturity. Now, I am a company. I am an issuer. Now, in this question, I issued 1,000 face value for 10-year maturity. That means I have borrowed. Please understand, bond is a borrowing. Bond is a borrowing. So I have borrowed. So I am committed to pay interest every time. And this is semi-annum. Every 6 months I have to pay. So there is a commitment for me. So I have borrowed money and I have invested in some projects, and I have got the return back. And maybe in 1.5 years or 2 years itself, I got the return. So I've got a huge surplus, huge profits. I'm actually sitting on cash. I'm a cash rich company now. But my bond is only redeemable 10th year. I want to actually pay now. If you have issued a plain vanilla bond, you can't do that. So that is why generally to have that right, that is called option. The option will be with A, with the issuer, B, with the holder. So the option, okay, the option will be with whom? With the issuer. The option will be with the holder. Okay. Now, what do you mean by put? Put means to sell. What do you mean by call? Call means to buy. I think all of you are clear with this term. So, callable bond means now, second year itself, I have achieved my target. The purpose of borrowing money from market, I have invested in some business or some project. I have circulated and I have got my profits, money, everything I've got it. Now I have to repay. So what I will do, I will call at the end of third year, end of fourth year itself, I'll call. Those of you who want, please come. I am going to redeem it. So people can come forward and redeem it. Now, remember, whenever you are going to issue a callable bond, if you are waiting till the maturity, I will only pay par. When I call you, I am calling as a company, I am calling, I will say, please come, I will redeem. I will say, I will pay a premium. I will redeem at premium. So when I call, when you come, I will be paying you at premium. When you have to, aram say you will wait and every year you will earn your interest means, then I will not pay you premium. I will only redeem at par. So that is why, please look at this question, very interesting. The bonds can be called back at 100% of par value in 3 years. So that is at premium. So that is why that's called callable bond. Actually, this is called as an embedded option. Okay, so I'm sorry. This is called as what do you call it, as an embedded bond. Embedded bonds. Callable bonds is also embedded bonds, and it's called option embedded bonds. Okay, and both are called embedded bonds. So I must actually put it like this. Both are called embedded bonds. Whether it is a callable bond or a puttable bond, both are embedded bonds. What is embedded? Option is embedded. So that is why this is called as an exotic bonds. This will come under the category called exotic. Okay, good. So now this is a callable bond. And let me first note down the normal plain vanilla type inputs. 10-year maturity. So tenor is 10 years. Then you have the coupon is 9%. Actually, coupon is 9% per annum, but this is semi-annum coupon. Okay, so this is semi-annum coupon. The moment it is semi-annum means 4.5%. Per annum is 9%. Please look at the question. 9% per annum coupon, but semi-annum coupon payments. So that means 4.5% is semi-annum. 4.5% of 1,000 will be 45 rupees. Okay, and the bond is currently selling at 950. That's all. So that means issued at 950, redeemed at par. Nothing is mentioned. It is redeemed at par. What is the yield to maturity? So what I will do now, period. I don't call it as year. Period 1 to, okay, I will go up to 20. Why 20? Because 20 payments. Okay. So maybe I'll just reduce this to, so I'll also reduce to, I think now it is visible. Okay, good. So anyhow. So this is your period. Now, what is my cash flow? My cash flow is 45 for the first 6 months. Huh? This period is actually 6 months, second 6 months, third 6 months, not a year. So 45. At the end of 45, I redeem 1,000 rupees. So 1,045. So this is my cash flow. So now what is my discount rate? I don't know. I have to find. But what I will do, I will, since it is 9% per annum, maybe I will discount it at 4%. Okay. 4% per semi-annum. Okay. When you have to find the yield to maturity is always per annum. Okay. So what I will do, 1 divided by 1 plus R. I'm doing a trial and error. I'm doing trial and error. Okay. So whole power 1. So this is, yeah. So now what I will do is I will copy this throughout till 20 periods. So now what is my present value? My present value is 45 into 0.9615. Copy throughout. And sum of this is so it is 1067.95. But guys, I must tell you one thing that for what rate? This is this is for 4%. My present value is 1067.95. But please look at the question. But I am paying not at 1067, but I am paying at 950. So I'll again use the same goal seek. So go to goal seek. What if analysis? Fix this as 950 rupees. So current price is 950. Sorry. By changing what? By changing your
C4.
Hope I am audible now.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry, I think some Wi-Fi disconnect here. Okay. Now I'll just resume it. 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry. So I'm right. So what I did is I used the same goal seek technique. I arrived at the yield, but this yield it's 4.8977 is a semi-annual yield. So I'm just multiplying that into 2. So exactly into 2 I'm multiplying. So I'm getting 9.80. So 9.80 is my yield. So I'll just put this in green color for comfort. So 9.80. So please look at the question. Estimate the YDM. So YDM is 9.80. So it is per annum. Always yield to maturity will be only mentioned in per annum. So this is my answer for 5th question. Good. So what is our next question? Okay. So our next question is estimate the duration. And all of you know duration is actually like a seesaw. So maybe I'll explain the duration once again. Hope all of you know what duration means. If there are 20 children, if there are 20 children, they are playing seesaw. If 20 children are playing seesaw, and all of you know what a seesaw is, and each of the child is say they are just say 45 say kilos, 45 kilos, okay, and all of them they sit on the seesaw, 20 children, okay, that's a very big seesaw. Definitely it will balance, but at the end you keep another 1,000 kilos of boulder. At the end you keep 1,000 kilo boulder, and the 20 children who are 45 kilos each, okay, so they are sitting there. Now what will happen? The fulcrum which is at the middle will be shifted to the right hand side towards where the boulder is. It will not go till the boulder, but it will go very close to the boulder. And at one particular point of time, the the seesaw will balance. Okay. So let me now show you like this. For example, if this is your seesaw, okay, if this is your seesaw, so how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20. So maybe I'll just reduce this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. So this is your seesaw. And this is how the children are sitting. How many children are sitting? Each children is say 45 kilos. Each children are 45 kilos. And at the end, you keep one boulder. So this is how the seesaw is. Now, which is the middle point? The middle point is somewhat here. But if you keep the fulcrum at the middle, the seesaw will tilt towards the right hand side. So I will move the fulcrum towards the right, but somewhere here, the fulcrum, once it is going to that particular point, the seesaw will balance. And that point is called the duration. And what is duration? It is the payback period. And in capital budgeting term, it is called the discounted payback period. So let us do this question now. How do we do it? So I'll find the percentage. So out of your 950 rupees, you get 42 rupees in first year. So meaning you get 4.5%, 4.52% in first year of your investment of 950. Similarly, you get the investments like this, and what's your total? Your total will be 100%. So now let me multiply this with your period, and that is your 4.52 into 1. So you just total this. So this is your weighted average. So somebody was saying about Macaulay duration. Macaulay duration, this is called Frederick Macaulay duration. So what I did just now is the Frederick Macaulay duration. So let me total this. This is your duration. But for your kind information, this 13.4105 is 13.4105 semi-annum. It is not 20, it is out of 20 semi-annum period. At 13.4105, you get your you are able to balance that seesaw. So if you want the duration is actually 13.4105 divided by 2, which is 6.7053 years. 6.7053 years. So this is your duration. So semi-annum means you have to be very careful. So please look at this question. So this is your question. This is your YTM 9.8. Duration is actually 6.7053. So 6.71. So 6.7. So that's your duration. So you can even call this as Frederick Macaulay, okay, duration. So Frederick Macaulay duration is 6.7053 years. You can also calculate using a function called duration function. YTM also you can use a calculation, a function called yield function. That is also possible. IRR function, yield function. You can use function also and you can get it. So now we have got yield to maturity. We have got duration. Now we will find yield to call. Now what is yield to call? Now I'm going to ask a question. Okay, very important question. Okay. So this is third year. So I'll just copy the 6th period alone. So now maybe I'll just increase it. So what the question says, your question says that the bond can be called back at 110% of par value in 3 years. So that means in the end of 6th period, that means the end of the 3rd year, 110% of 1000 means 1100. It is not 1000, so 1100. So now, for this cash flow, you have to find yield, and that yield is called as yield to call. So the same formula, method, procedure, everything is same. So, but we don't call this as yield to maturity. Why you call it is not till maturity. It is only till the call. So that is what's called YTC. Similarly, if the option is with the holder, that is puttable bond. Naturally, the holder will calculate the YTP. It is called yield to put. For example, he has an option to exercise the put from 3rd year to 5th year. 3rd year to 5th year. So within 2 years, he can exercise that put. Maybe at the end of 4th year, he exercises. Then he can calculate, if I exercise the end of 4th year, what will be my yield to put? So provided it is an embedded option, giving the option to the holder to exercise maybe after 3 years, whatever the exercise period is about. Okay, good. So now let me discount this. Let me find the yield here. But again, this is only not a year, but it is only period. So whatever you are going to get that percentage, you have to multiply into 2 to get the yield to call. Yield to call also in percentage per annum. So very similar to this, I'll take a percentage. Maybe randomly I'll take a percentage. Here I took some 4%. So here maybe I'll take percent like 5%. Okay, so I'll do 1 divided by 1 plus r whole power 1. You may wonder why I didn't took 10 or 12 or 15, because it is semi-annum. So therefore, I cut that into half. Maybe if you want to take 10, you take 5. So that is why I took 5. So now let me take the 5% PV factor. So now, what's my present value? My present value is 45 into this. So total is 1049, but it is not 1049. I am actually redeeming at what price? I am actually redeeming at, I'm sorry, I am, my current price of the bond is 950. My current price of the bond is 950. So let me now apply the yield percentage. Same data, what if analysis, goal seek. I'll apply 950 here. Change this percentage. So now it is not 7, it is 6.947. So what is YTC into 2? So it is 13.89%. So I'll put this in green color. Okay. So 13.89%. So what is my yield to call? 13.89. So 7C. So this is my answer for 7. So this is my answer for 6. This is answer for 5. This is answer for 5. So YTM, duration, YTC. Now the question doesn't stop here. Okay. It is asking, you have to plot the yield curve. If you plot the yield curve, it will be a flat curve, straight line. Upward sloping means it will go like this. Okay. That is a normal one. And downward sloping means it will come like this. Okay. So inverted. So humped. So I'll just show you how the this is how the diagram will be. So this is how the upward sloping. This is a downward sloping. This is a flat curve. And this is a humped at the beginning. So any one of the yield curve you will get. So, and I want to tell you one thumb rule actually. What is the thumb rule is, if you are issuing the bond at a discount and redeeming at par, or redeeming at par at premium, it will be a inverted yield curve. It will be, this curve will be sloping downwards. Okay, now if it is reverse, that means you are issuing at premium, and redeeming at par or redeeming at discount. Okay, very rare circumstances. Then it will be upward. The curve will be going upward. So exactly opposite. Okay, so this is what it is. Now when it will be flat, okay, when it will be flat means that you are going to issue, that means the par value, the rate is, for example, the rate is actually 15%. Okay, or say let us take 10%. So you are going to issue at a price which will be the discounted price of what is the interest rate you are going to get, and you are going to redeem at par also. So technically, what you invest you get back. and what is the return will be 10%. That means there is no capital gain in your investment. So you issue at par, redeem at par. Simple. Similarly, your coupon is also standard, say 10%. So you invest 1,000, you get 100 rupees, you get back your 1,000. So 1,000 and 1,000, no return. So there is no tilt to this side or that side, and it is flat 10%. So that is actually it is a plain vanilla without sugar, without salt. So there is no maja in that bond. Okay, such kind of bond will not actually be, what do you say, sell in the market, or you. It is theoretical, but you cannot make business out of it. Okay, so very important. So now let's see how it will happen here. Okay, so period. So what I will do here is the settlement date and the redemption date. Okay, so redemption date I will do it as part of the column. Settlement date is today's date is what? Today's date is 27th September. 27th September. Okay, good. Now, period 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 20. So this is your period. Now I'll take the redemption date. Now, what is the redemption date? First 6 months means it will be 27. September means October, November, December, January, February, March. Okay, so 27th March 2021. And 1 year means, that means 2 semi-annum means 27th September 2021. Similarly, 27th March 22, 27th September 22. Wow. 27th September 2030. So today is 27th September 2020. 10 years means 27th September 2030. Okay, so let us, I'll give you a biological break after this. Okay, so, so redemption is over. Now we have to find the yield. So how to find the yield? Okay. So what I will do is, this is your face value. So your tenor is actually 10 years. Your price of the bond is, okay, 950 rupees. Okay. Then settlement date and interest rate I have. What is your coupon? Coupon is actually 9%. 9% per annum, but it is semi-annual. Now, how to find the yield? You have to find the function itself you can find. This is your settlement date. This is your maturity date. The rate is 9%. Price is 950. Okay. The redemption will be at par. Okay. Redemption will be at par. So that means par is actually face value 1,000. I think I didn't give that face value. Okay. Comma. The frequency will be semi-annual 2. So this is your yield. Okay. So here B41 I will freeze it. B39 I will freeze it. B40 also I will freeze it. B1 also I will freeze it. So this is settlement date. This is your 2021 P44. I'm sorry. Just 1 minute. So your settlement is today's date. Maturity is on 27/3. The rate is actually 9%. The price is actually 950. Okay. So this is the place where I made a mistake. Okay. So redemption will be the price. The redemption will be frequency 2. Fine. Now it is fine. Perfectly fine. Sorry for that. So now let me freeze this. I'll tell you what is the, whenever you are using the function like this, you have to understand the function. Otherwise, you will get a distorted answers. I'll explain to you this function. So rather than the question, you need to understand the Excel functions. So then now you got the answer. 9.8. This is the yield we have got here. Look here, we have got 9.8. For entire 20 period, the yield is 9.8. So if you redeem at 6 months, the yield is 20%. If you redeem at 1 year, yield is 14.55. And if you redeem at 20th semi-annum, yield is 9.8. So now let me draw the curve, yield curve. So the yield curve will be like this. How the yield curve will be? So just select this and you can plot the chart. This is the yield chart. This is your yield chart. And your yield chart is downward sloping. Okay, downward sloping. So what is your okay, your yield is downward sloping. So what is your question? Your question is if you plot the yield curve, it will be downward sloping, inverted. Okay, so this is called downward sloping. So answer is actually 8C. So this is your answer for 8. Okay, answer for 8. Good. So before I give a break, may I request Prithvi Ravi to share your reflection, please, about this question.
Sir. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Sir, what is the question, sir?
What is your reflection about this particular question? So what do you understand from this bond? This is actually a callable bond, semi-annum bond. First we did the yield, then we found the duration, then we found the YTC, that is yield.
ITC and then curve.
We understood the yield curve. So I just need your input about what you understood about this question and what is your reflections?
So I was not in the first part of the question.
Oh, okay.
Joined later. I came when it was when the yield to maturity. That time I joined.
Okay. So maybe let me request Sundarajan ji. Sundarajan sir, நீங்க சொல்லுங்க.
I understood this point that I was able to understand about this, particularly when the maturity, I take the proper document maturity at the earlier stage itself, the return is more, yield is more. So the
Ah.
yield keeps on going down. At the end of the period, we are getting at 9.80 at the end. Starting point gets at that's
Simple. Provided that I'm issuing at a discount and redeeming at par or premium.
But if
Then
you're issuing at a premium and finally they're doing a discount, then it will be a inverse, obviously.
but that is a very rare circumstances where we cannot sell such a bond in the market. So this is actually the what you call it as a very common. Commonly, you have to issue at a discount, and you have to say I will redeem at premium or I will redeem at. If I call earlier, I will redeem at premium. Maybe if I call on maturity, I will redeem at par. So something like that is a very normal circumstances scenario with respect to a bond market. Good. So thank you very much. We'll have just a 10-minute biological break and then we'll assemble back for the further more advanced questions. So I'll just switch off my mic as well as video only, but the connection will be live. So this entire screen will be shared. Maybe if you wish, you can note down some of these points. So after 10 minutes, guys. Welcome back, friends. Let's now start with the next topic. Now here, this is the case we are going to do on volatility, and if there is a change in yield, what will happen to the price of the bond? So that is what we are going to see here. So let me take you to this question now. Yeah. Face value is 1,000, coupon is 11%. Face value is 1,000, coupon is 11%. Year to maturity is 6. Tenor is 6 years. Redemption value is 1,000. YTM is 15. So in all the previous problem, yield was not given. Now here yield is given. So redemption is 1,000 and YTM is 15. And YTM is 15%. But now you have to find the current market price. Okay, so that means you have to discount the cash flows at 15%. So you will get the current market price. Otherwise, the value of the bond. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's only 6 years. So your cash flow. So it is 11% coupon. So 11% of 1,000 will be 110 for 6 years. And on 6th year, I'm going to redeem it 1,000. So this is my cash flow, 110 for 6 years plus 1,000. And my yield is 15%. So let me discount at 15%. So 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus r the whole power n. So this is my present value factor. So what's my present value? 110 into 0.8696. So total is 848.62. So this is your value of the bond or price of the bond. 848.62. So I think I have to change the answer. So please change it to 848. Okay. The value of the bond is 848 or 850. Okay. So this is your answer. So this is number 1. Number 2, he is asking the duration of the bond. Okay. So 1,000, 11%, 6 years, redemption value 1,000, yield to maturity 15. For this, we need to find the duration. So let me find the percentage. So the percentage of present value to the value of the bond. So it is 11.27%, you get back your money. This is your total now I'll multiply this percentage into the period, that is a year. That is your duration. Duration is actually the weighted average time actually with respect to your cash flows. So that too in present value terms. So for 11.27 into 1, 9.80% of 2. So this is your duration. 4.58 years. Yeah, 4.58 years. Okay, so this is 22B. That's your duration. So your duration is 4.576. 4.576 years. Okay, so this is your duration. Now, what is your volatility? That is called modified duration. Your modified duration is equal to your duration divided by 1 plus YTM. And this will be in times. This is actually a factor. What is the sensitivity? This is sensitivity index. For every 1% change in yield, how much percentage there will be change in your value of the bond? So, and all of you know this, as the yield decreases, your bond will be costly. It will go up. As the yield increases, your value of the bond will come down because it becomes cheaper. It becomes cheaper. So cheaper and cheaper, your yield is more. So costly and costly, your yield is less. So the relationship between your yield to price, okay, is called the modified duration, and that will be given in times. So how do we do it? So duration 4.576 divided by 1 plus yield. Yield is what? 15%. So it is 3.979 times. Now, what do you mean by this? That means for 1% increase in yield, there will be 3.979% decrease in price. Reverse. For a 1% decrease in price, there will be 3.979% increase in price from the present value. That is from 848.62. So that is the meaning of this 3.979. Okay, times 3.97. So that's your volatility. So your volatility, your what do you call it as modified duration, all one and the same. Now we are going to make an application of this volatility. Either you can apply directly a modified duration, or you can even try to check that by changing the percentage above. That also you can try. So what is your volatility? I'll apply this formula. It is 3.979. So now let's see the question. What will be your expected market price if increasing yield is by 100 basis points? So 100 basis points is equal to 1%. Is actually 1%. Now he says, what will be the expected market price if the yield goes up by 100 basis points? Now all of us, we know yield is 15 means bond value is 848.62. If yield becomes 16, okay, if yield becomes 16, okay, your value of the bond. So higher the yield, lower will be the bond price. So it will go down. It will go down how much? For every 1%, there will be 3.979% change in the value of the bond. So let us find the revised bond price. What was your original bond price? Your original bond price is 848.62. So from 848.62, 1%, there is a decrease or increase. There is an increase in yield by 1%. So what will happen to your revised price? Price will go down by 3.979%. That is your volatility. So by 3 points, so into 1 minus 3.979%. Okay. So revised price will be 840. This is your revised bond price. 840. This is your price. Now you can even try this by changing what will be your say from 15% your revised yield. Revised yield is actually 16%. So for 16%, your revised bond price is from 848 to 814.85. So if I discount my cash flows at 16%, will I get the answer 814.85? You will get it, because that is a straight method actually. But using a volatility, you can directly arrive at, you will know how sensitivity. For example, if I give you 3-4 bonds, which is more risky, which is less risky, it is based on volatility. Okay. So let me put 16% here directly. Your value will come down, 848.62. It will come, actually answer should be 814.85, but it will be very close to it because of the approximation. Okay, we have not taken the entire decimal points. See, it's very close. 814.85 is 850. It is 850. That's that point approximation will be there. It's only because we have not taken the entire. I'm only taking 3.97. I'm not taking the later decimal points. So all those approximation is the one reason for it. That is one reason. There is one more reason is there. What is that one more reason? Do you think that this duration is correct answer? No. Why? Because year 1 and year 2 and year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, we have taken it as a, what do you say, the same number of days, which is not correct. Because for every 4 years, you will have a leap year. So all this stuff is there. So your duration is also not exactly 4.576. It will be slightly, okay, it will be slightly closer to 4.576. So therefore, volatility is based on duration. So it will also change. So that is why you have that, what do you call it, as the approximation differences. Okay. But here we have calculated this duration considering all the years the days are same. All the years the days are same, which is not correct. Okay. So there is some, we'll have for every 4 years, you have a 1 day extra and another 2 more years. So half a day extra. So 1.5 days, that approximation will be built in your duration. So therefore that point difference will always be there. Okay, so don't worry about it. So, but volatility is an indicator to arrive at revised bond price. Okay. Now, this is when your yield reduces by 1%. I'm saying increases by 1%. So yield increases by 100 basis points, your price drops. Now reverse, what if your market price, if decrease in yield by 75, if there is a decrease in yield by 75, there will be increase in price. Same will again work it out. For example, so 100 basis point is 1 and he is asking 75 basis points. 75 basis point is 0.75%. Now, what is your revised yield? Your revised yield is from 15%, it will be, they say there is a decrease in yield by 75 basis points.
3.25.
Decrease in yield. So that means 14.25%. Okay, so my revised yield is 14.25%. So if revised yield is 14.25%, so what will happen to my revised bond price? So we know that for every 1% change in yield, that will be 3.979% change in your bond price. So here, my original bond price is 848.62. This will be increased by, so there it was decreased, here it is increased. Because your yield decreases, your price will increase. So 3.979 into 75%. Okay. So this is one place we have to be very careful. So it will be 873.94. Now, directly also you can check this answer. How? By discounting the cash flows at 14.25. But will your answer be same 873.94? Closely. As I told you, it will be approximately. Okay. Maybe some 1 rupee, 2 rupee or 1 rupee stuff difference will be there. Let us see. 14.25%. I'll discount this at 14.25%. Boom. Yeah. So 874, yeah. I'm very close. So that's there. So that is how your volatility. Okay. So now let me ask questions from my friends. Mr. Ashok Bhai, very good morning.
Morning, sir.
So may I hear from you?
Yeah.
What is your understanding about volatility, modified duration? So how do you feel this arithmetic?
Yeah, it is simple. I think it's simple concept, but it's a chance of making mistakes. Like I was trying out, and I mean, when you think you know it, but like this 1%, when there is a change in interest rate of 1%, I straight away did the 99% of the.
No.
So like that connections, you have to keep constantly be aware of that thing.
Okay. So
Otherwise, understood, sir. Clear.
Very good. So nice. Thank you very much. Maybe one more reflection. May I request Mr. Amit Agarwal? Mr. Amit Agarwal? So I think Mr. Siva, I'll ask Siva.
Yes, sir. The fundamental thing is, of course, while doing this, I think the inverse nature of the movement is critical. We have to see, if it increases, one increases, the other decreases. So that in mind, I think it will be easier to solve the problem, and both ways. That is a simpler way of Excel sheet as well as the number of times. So that's one thing which is fundamentally
good. So thank you very much, and I have done 3 models. All the 3 models have appeared in examination, and don't expect the same numbers will come. So the numbers will change. So either it can be 1,000 or it can be 100 rupee. So all those stuff will change. So try to solve these kinds of questions with various flavors, various numbers, various numericals. So at least 1 dozen in each model will give you a grip on the subject. Good. So now I'm taking you to the next interesting area, especially this one. How about the spot rate and forward rate have been discussed? Let me ask Sundarajan ji. spot rate, forward rate, discuss பண்ணாங்களா?
It was discussed by Santosh. It was discussed.
Yeah.
Spot rate is the rate at which we purchase, and forward rate it's what it is expected at the later date.
Yeah. And thank you very much. And there will be one exam question on spot and forward rate. Mandatory. Mandatory. Why? Because it is forming part of your syllabus itself. Because please look at this in fixed income securities. Item number 3. Terms used in fixed income securities. Issuer, holder, maturity, par value, coupon rate, clean price, dirty price, yield to maturity, yield to put, yield to call, forward rate and spot rate. So I'll just do one arithmetic on this, and maybe if you wish, we can have more advanced questions also later. Okay, so let me now do this. Yes. Yeah. So hope all of you know about this relationship. Yeah. So S1 and S2, let me take this one. This is spot. S1, S2. Okay, and the rates are, it is 6% and 6.5%. So, and your forward rate. Forward, I'll call this as F1. Okay, so F1 is 7%. Now, what is the meaning of this 3 rates is, today you have money with you, and 2 years later you want that money back. So what will you do? You will invest that money. Now you have 2 options. Option 1 is invest for 2 years. At what percentage? This is one option. Another option, invest at a percentage for first year, withdraw that money. Okay, interest you are going to keep it, principal you take it, again reinvest in second year, reinvest. Please look at this one. Invest at some percentage for first year, take the principal and interest out. Interest is your income. Principal again you are reinvesting at some percentage for second year. Yeah. So when you are investing for 2 years, I repeat, when you are investing for 2 years, and that is called S2. Option 1 is invest for 2 years at S2 rate, S2 percentage, is equivalent to investing, I repeat, investing at S1 rate for first year, and then investing F1 rate in second year. And this F1 rate is known today. Today you know that 1 year later if you invest, you will get that interest rate. That is what it's called forward rate. These two are spot rate. 6% for investing for 1 year, 6.5% for investing for 2 years. 7% is 1 year later if you invest, you will get for the second year 7%. Now this is called as an equilibrium rate. And if things are tilting one side, there will be an arbitrage. So that is why the spot and forward rate relationship is like this. So 1 plus S2 whole square is equal to 1 plus S1 into 1 plus F2. is equal to 1 plus S1 into 1 plus F1. Okay. Sorry, you can call this as, since it is second year, I'll call it as F2 itself. Why should I call it as F1? So better to call it as F2. So 1 plus S1 into 1 plus F2. Okay, because that is first year to second year. So second year, the interest rate. Now, this relationship is clear for us. Now I'll take you an advanced question, but generally these kind of questions will be only for a 1 mark question. So please look here. If 1 year spot rate is 4% and the forward rate for year 2, 3, 4 and 5 are 5%, 7%, 8% and 6%, then today's interest rate on a 5-year bond should be, which is called as S5. So how do you find this? So the same relationship, I'll extend this formula. Okay. So let me now copy this for this particular question. Okay. So here you have S1 to S5. S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. Now S1 is given as 4%. Okay. And all these are not given to you. Okay, this is not given to you. And what you have to find is S5. So I'll put this in question mark. This is question mark. Forward rate, F2, F3, F4, F5 is given. F2, F3, F4, F5 is given. So what is those rates for you? It is 5, 7, 8 and 6. 5, 7, 8 and 6. So now how do we find S5? Now the same relationship, okay, the same relationship, I will extend it for S5. So 1 plus S5 whole power 5 is equal to 1 plus S1 into 1 plus F2 into 1 plus F3 into 1 plus F4 into 1 plus F5. So if you solve this relationship, you will get 1 plus S5. So in this case, 1 plus S5, the whole power 5, I don't know, which is equal to 1 plus S1, I know it is 4%. 1 plus F2, I know it is 5%. 1 plus F3 also, I know it is 7%. 1 plus F4 also, I know it is 8%. 1 plus F5, I know it is 4%. So this is your, I'll say 1.3376 is 1 plus S5 whole power 5. So now what is 1 plus S5? It is 1.3376, fifth root. I have to take the fifth root. So the fifth root is 1.06. So S5 is equal to 1.06 minus 1, which is 6%. 5.99, otherwise called 6%. So that is S5. So S5 is actually 6%. So the same relationship even for S3 also you can extend. What is 1 plus S3 whole power cube whole power 3 is equal to 1 plus S1 into 1 plus F2 into 1 plus F3. Now I'll do a ulta question. The reverse entire logic, I'll do a ulta question. Okay. Please look at this example. Yeah. This is also an exam question. Very, very similar exam question has been asked in exam. What is the value? Now here, rather than asking an interest rate, they're asking the value of the bond. They're asking the value of the bond. What is the value of a 3-year 4.25% annual coupon bond puttable at par 1 year from now, if 1 year forward rates are 2.5%, 3% and 4.5%. So actually 1 year, 2 year, 3 year forward rates. Okay, they are giving like this. So actually it is F2, F3 and F4. So now you have to find what is your present value, what is your spot value, not the spot rate, but you have to find the spot value. So how do we do this question? Okay, so this is the answer for 5.99 is the answer for question number 5. This is the answer for 5. So now let us do the answer for this, because this is another set of exam questions. I'll share both these questions for you to practice all these questions. And if you wish so, I will also share the Excel sheet. Okay, good. So now how do we solve this kind of question? Because this is a value question, not a rate question. Okay. So what is the value of a 3-year 4.25 annual coupon bond puttable at par 1 year from now? So this is actually your spot rate. Spot rate is 4.25%. And what are your forward rates? Your forward rates for first year, second year, third year is 2.5, 3 and 4.5. So F1 or okay, we can call it as F2 also. F2, F3 and F4. Something like that. It's actually for the first year, second year and third year. Okay. Maybe since you are not going to use that formula, the same formula if you wish to have, you can have it like this. So what is your F2? This is 2.5, 3 and 4.5. 2.5, 3 and 4.5. Yeah. So now you have a 4.25, which is the spot annual coupon. Now, what is the equivalent value? That is the question he is asking. That means what will be the equilibrium value of the bond? Okay, this is the interest. Otherwise, there will be an arbitrage opportunity. So let us take the face value. If the face value is 100, okay, I mean call the present value is 100. Okay, not future value. FE means face value, otherwise called present value. What will be a future value? Future value will be your present value into 1 plus 4.25 whole power 3, because 3 years it will be. So it is 113.30. So this is 3. Now I am going to equate this to this rate. Okay. So I'm going to equate this to this rate. So very similar to 1 plus S3. Same. See here, what is your formula? I just put this formula. If it is 1 plus S3 whole cube, okay, 1 plus S1, S2 into 1 plus F3. Okay. Now, in here, this is for every 1 rupee. So here it is for 100 rupee, because the answer is given in multiples of 100. Okay, in 100 it is given. So instead of 1 rupee, it is taken as 100 rupee. So in the same formula, I have just put 100 into 1 plus 4.25. Please look at this formula here. B26 into 1 plus the S1 whole power 3 or S3 whole power 3, whatever it is. Okay, 3 year spot. Okay. So which is equal to these forward rates are there. Then I will get the equilibrium rate. So what I will do, I will divide by this value, I will divide by 1.025, 1.03 and 1.05. So there is, I think, some every hour there is some disturbance in the hotel. Okay, not an issue. So am I clear and clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Audible.
Okay. Right. So let me. Yeah. So what I did is I divided the future value by the 3 forward rates. So 1 plus 2.5%, 1 plus 3%, and 1 plus 4.5%. So this is my equilibrium present value. So which is the value of the bond. So a bond which is will give a, what do you call it, as a coupon at 4.35% spot for 3 years is equivalent to buying 3 bonds, where first year forward rate will be 2.5, exit, invest in another bond with the 3% yield, exit, then third year again you reinvest at 4.5%. So the return of both, if it has to be same, then the bond has to be valued at 102.70. So that is the meaning of this. So 102.67. Okay. So it's a
Sir,
very,
I have a doubt.
yeah.
Excuse me, sir. I have a doubt in this.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
when we are reinvesting, are we reinvesting along with interest also?
No.
Okay, but when we are dividing here in the computation of equilibrium price, we are taking a compounding rate.
Yeah.
Like for example, if you see if you take the cursor on this 102, the formula says 1 plus C23, which is 2.5, and then 1 plus 3. Does it not amounting to a compounding sort of calculation?
No, the logic of your this forward rate and spot rate is, as I told you at the beginning, please look at this particular. Can you explain this particular number so that your question will be clear here? What is 6.5%, and 7?
Spot rates 6%. 1 year spot rate is 6.5%.
So it is in a very simple sense. You need not go break your head for the time being. Please look at this. 6.5 into 2 is 13. 6 plus 7 is also 13. Of course, it is only for 1 year we are working out, so therefore it will be like that. But your point is correct when we are going for beyond 2 years, because here if you look at 1 plus S2 whole power 2, it means there is 6.5% return for both the years.
Yes.
6.5% return for both the years, and it is cumulative.
Yeah.
Similarly, it is first year 6%, take your investment and again reinvest. Reinvesting not that the principal alone reinvested. Reinvest 106 at 7% for the second year. That was your question, no?
Yeah.
So I think I took it in a different sense. Okay, so point is correct. So we are on the same platform. So that is the point here with respect to spot rate and forward rate and the multiple types of approaches. Now, let me take you to the next type of question. The options. Possibly in options, you may get at least 2 or 3 types of model. So let me now first start with a question on call option or put option, which is based on what do you call it as a single a singular model, a multi-period model, single period model. I'll call this as a two models. Okay. So let me do a single period model. So question number 19 is a single period model, and I'll do a multi-period model also. So this is another question on multi-period model. Same value of call option or put option. So what I'm going to do now, this is the formulas I'm going to use for this is called as a risk neutral valuation or equivalent portfolio model. Okay, I'll explain this with this question. Yeah. Now what you have here is the spot price 30. And you have a exercise price of 38. So spot price, I'll call this as S 30. So exercise price is 38 and interest rate is 10%. So I'll call it as small r. And the cumulative interest, I'll call it as capital R, which is actually 1 plus R. So 1 plus small r, which will be 1.1. Okay. Then you have the downward swing, which is D. So downward swing is 0.9. And the upward swing is U, which is 1.5. Sometimes question will say, not downward swing, it will say, it will go down by 10%, it will go up by 50%. So such kind of interpretation also will be there. Then how to find the value of the call option? So now what is U? Yes. What will be the upward price? So that what is the up price? So what is the maximum price? What is the minimum price? Okay. So this is U into spot price. So 1.5 times of 30, which will be 45. So it can go up to 45. Similarly, what is minimum price? D into S. So which is 90% of 30, which will be 27. So that is why this is called binomial model. What is called binomial? 2. So one end is 27, another end is 45. So these are the two extreme possibilities. So when you have an exercise price of 38, how do I do the valuation today and for a single period model? And that period will be, we call it as a periodic, sometimes this interest rate, we call it as a periodic interest rate. Maybe they may give per annum and the period of the call may be 3 months or 6 months. Then you have to change that rate to the respective period of that call option. So if they have given 12% and it is a 3-month call option, your interest rate, you have to divide 12 by 4, make it 3%. Okay, so here nothing is mentioned about it. It's a very simple, we call it as a plain vanilla valuation. Generally, these kind of questions may carry for 1 mark, not more than that. So this is your minimum price. Now, what you have to do? Step 1, you have to find CU. Okay, step 1, step 2. Okay, step 3, step 4, and step 5. So step 5 is your value of call option. And the step 4 will be your borrowings. Borrowing. If it is a call option, you will borrow. If it is a put option, you will lend. You will lend. Okay. And Step 3 is your option delta. This is delta. It's called option delta or hedge ratio. You can also call this as hedge ratio. This is call option when your price is upper price. Call option when your price is downward price. CU or CD. Now all of you please look at this formula. So this is what I am going to do. What is CU? CU is maximum of US minus excise price or 0. So any one I will take. So this is what I am going to do. So what I am going to do now is, what is your US? US is 45. What is your excise price is 38. Call option means option to buy. And US is your market price. That is where maximum price it can go. So 45. In the market it is 45. But you will be exercising at 38. So naturally market is high, and at the writer, you have already entered into an agreement to buy at 38 rupees. So naturally you will exercise. If the market price is high and it is available with the writer at 38 rupees. So that is why it is maximum of US minus excise price, which will be 45 minus 38, it is 7 rupees. Comma 0. So 7 or 0, whichever is maximum. So 7. But the same will not happen if the market price is lower. For example, it is market is 27. Will you buy at 38 from the writer? No. The market is 45. You will buy at 38 from the writer. So what is your CD? So this is your CD. So this is so what is this maximum of DS 27 minus 38 comma 0. So naturally it will be 0. Why? It is called in the money. This is called at the money or out of the money. So either it will be ATM or OTM. So therefore always ATM also 0, you will not exercise. So in market itself 20, market also 38, writer also 30. Why should I exercise? I will not exercise because there is no gain in it. So delta, what is delta? This is your delta. CU minus CD divided by US minus DS. So what is your delta? Either is called hedge ratio. Okay. So CU minus CD divided by, it is US minus DS. So what is your CU? Call option when your upper price is 7 minus 0 divided by your spread of. So the spread of your option prices divided by spread of your prices. Okay, market prices, which is 45 minus 27. That is US minus DS. So 38 point, it is technically a percentage. So either you can keep it like this or as a percentage. Now, the same question, if you do the put option, the delta for the put option will be 1 minus 0.3889. So it will be actually 0.61. It will be 0.6111 if you do this. So like for example, this formula, if you apply for that. Now I want to share with you something very interesting. It is called as equivalent portfolio model. What is it? So in spot, what will you do? In forward, what will you do? Okay. So in spot, what will you do? You will actually borrow, okay, and buy the shares. Who will do this? This will be the strategy followed by the writer. Okay. Writer. What writer will do? He will borrow money and he will buy the shares. And when the option holder exercises on a forward date, okay, he will actually sell to the option holder, realize the money, and that money he will settle the low. Okay. So this is what he will do. So we call this as the equivalent portfolio model. Now, who will do all this? The writer will do. What do we call this? This is called as equivalent portfolio model. It's called as an equivalent portfolio model. So who does this? So the writer will do this. Yeah. So who does this? The writer will do. So this is from a writer's perspective. I'm just explaining this. So this is delta. So what is delta? Delta is the hedge ratio. This is whether it's called as hedge ratio. This is the percentage of shares he will buy out of the number of the contract value he has actually entered. So that means he will hedge for at least 38 for 0.89 for 39%, at least 40%. So 40% of his exposure he has to hedge. If he has to hedge for 40% of his exposure, he needs money because he needs to keep the stock. So how much money he will borrow? And that is your UCD minus DCU divided by U minus D by R. So that is why you are dividing by the cumulative value. So thereby you get the today's borrowing. You divide by this, you get. So it is technically very similar to your, what do you call it as the future value, present value formula only. The same model, but given in a different dimension. That's it. So, and borrowing will be in present value terms. Okay. So what is it? It is UCD. So it is UCD minus DCU divided by. So UCD minus D by U minus D into capital R. So U minus D into capital R. So this is your borrowing. So let's find out what is your U is 1.5 into CD. CD is 0 minus D is actually 0.9 into CU. CU is actually 7 divided by. You have to be very careful with the bracket, otherwise this division will only happen to the second part. So into U minus D. U is 1.5 minus D is 0.9 into capital R is 1.1. Again, I'll put this bracket. So this is your borrowing that comes in negative actually straight away. Okay, so good. So now what is your call option? Value of call option is your delta S plus borrowing. This is your value of call option. Yeah. Yeah. So what is your value of call option? Your delta 0.3889 into spot price plus, actually it is minus borrowing because borrowing is already negative. You need not put a minus, otherwise it will be added. So your value of your call option is what is it? 2.12, 2 rupee 12 paisa for every one share, which is at 30 rupees. Maybe if the number of shares are 100 or the number of quantities 1000, you have to multiply this into 1000. Okay, for one option contract, this is the value. So this is what we have got here. So 2.12. This is the answer for 19. Now the same question you can also try for a put option also. Now this is a single period model. Now what I'm going to do, I'll do a multi-period model. Then I will do a parity model. What is called as a parity model. So first I'll do a parity model, then I'll do a multi-period model. What do you call it as parity? And parity concept is also tested as a 1-mark question. Okay, so good. Now this is a question on parity. Now, please look at this question. There is a company whose stock price is currently 20, so spot is 20. 6-month call option with an exercise price of 12. So my spot price is 20, exercise price is 12. Call option is given as 9.43. Wow. So you need not calculate call option. But calculate the price of an equivalent put option. Please look at this. Equivalent put option. Okay. The 6-month interest-free rate is 5%. Wow. So what is this? You spoke about single period model, equivalent portfolio, nothing, no information is there. But he has given the call option value and he is asking put option value. So when he is given call option value and he is asking put option value, or reverse, put value is given, you have to find the call value. Using an equivalent model, then I will adopt this model called as put call parity. So using put call parity, you can equate this and arrive at the other value. So what is put call parity? We will not call it as call put parity. It is called put call parity. PCP. Okay. Now what is this PCP? Your call premium, that is the value of your call option plus. Okay. So value of your call option plus your present value of your strike price. What is your strike price? Exercise price. Exercise price present value means what? Exercise price divided by 1 plus R the whole power n. The whole power n. So because exercise price is future value. So future value divided by 1 plus R whole power n becomes present value equal to value of put option. So I'll call it as PO. Okay. Plus spot price. So this is what it is. So if 3 values are given, you can find the 4th value. So in this question, spot price is given. In this question, spot is given. So S is given. So what is S here? Currently it is 20 rupees. 20. Excess price is given. It is 12. So it is 12. The 6-month interest-free risk rate, periodic rate is given 5%. Okay, 6 month. But this is a 6-month period. As I told you, if the interest rate is actually 12% per annum, you have to convert that to 6 months. So, but already he has given this as a 6-month interest-free rate as periodic rate. So the interest rate are actually 5%. Okay, go directly. Then he has given the call option value. Value of the call option, okay, which is actually 9.43. So all this stuff is there with you. Now you need to find the present value. This excise price is actually future value. Now how will you find the present value? Present value is future value divided by 1 plus R the whole power n. That's all. So here the excise price, instead of future value, I'll call it as E. So what is the present value of excise price? Okay, so that is your excise price divided by 1 plus R. What is R? R is 5%. Whole power 1, because this is itself is 6-month rate only. So directly 12 divided by 1.05. That's all. So 11.42. So this is your present value of excise price. So now you have got 9.43, which is the value of call option. 11.43, which is the present value of excise price. You have got the spot price, which is on the right hand side. So what you have, red color you have, this also you have, all the 3 red colors you have. So you need to find only the put option. So what is your put option? So put option is equal to, okay, so your call option plus excise price minus spot price. Minus spot price. So that is your put option. So the spot price goes that side. So what is your call value of call option 9.43 plus the present value of exercise price 11.43 minus spot price. So 0.86. So value of put option is 0.86. 0.86. Yeah, 0.86. So calculate the price of an equivalent put option. So here, in this question, it was a direct question. This question is not a direct question, but this question is a parity question. So they already have the calculated figure. From the calculated figure, you have to find the other side calculated. Good. Now, coming for a very, very important question. And this question carries, this is an exam question. So I'm going to do a multi-period model. Multi-period.
So just one question to ask.
Now,
So when we say value of put option or value of call option, are we looking from the point of view of the writer or from the point of view of the holder?
who is asking this question?
This is R.K. Raman.
Okay. So always the perspective is only from the holder's perspective, unless and otherwise it is mentioned from a writer's perspective. Okay. Now, because especially from a market, when the call option value is already there, and in market some price is already there, which one you will choose means it is always from the perspective of the what do you call it as the holder's perspective. But when everything is available, it is always, that means it has come to the market. But you are constructing. You want to know the value of a call option. You want to know the value of a put option. Now, who will actually want to know the value of a call option or put option? First, the writer has to know. So therefore, perspective generally is from a holder perspective. But if it is an initial data, you don't have the value of the call or put option, then meaning first is you have to first work out the value from a writer's perspective. So writer has to actually find out what is the value which he has to offer to the holder. See, this is the value of the call option or put option. So therefore, perspective can be from both sides. So what stage of data is available with you? What stage of information is available with you? If all information is available, then it has come to the market. If it has come to the market, there is no role for a writer. It is only from a holder's perspective.
All right. Thank you, sir.
So now, I'm going to do a question on multi-period model. Okay. So this is, and I will try to do this from both, what do you call it as, from both perspective. That means for a call option also I will do, put option also I will do. Okay, so any one question can come in exam. So this is a very, very common question that's been asked. So what is the value of a call option if they have given a scenario like this? And what will be the value of a put option if they have given a scenario like this? So scenario is same, only the valuation will change. So I was referring to that. This is your call option intrinsic value. This is your put option intrinsic value. This formula I will be referring there. Formula, because model is same, the logic and all will same. So I will be using this particular logic there. Okay, so please wait. Let me explain this. So value of a call option. An index, a stock index is at 50,000 points. There is a 50% probability. So look at this is probability. So in the single period model and all, directly they have said the price will be going down, price will be going up, something they gave the two dimensions, okay, two ends. But here, there's a probability. So there is a 50% probability that it will change either up by 200 points or down by 100 points in each month. Good. So in each month. So how many months we have to see? Consider an European call option. Okay, European call option. All of you know what is a European means. Please look at this. I'll also make that point also very clear to all of you. Please look at this, because this is actually an exam question which has been asked. Which option allows a trader to exercise his option on any of the several specified dates before the option expires? Okay. So is it American, Australian, Bermudan, European, etc.? And all of us, we know European option means you can only exercise on the respective exercise date. For example, it's a 3-month option. So only on the exercise date, the option can be either exercised or it will expire if it is not exercised. Now, what is an American option? American option means any day from the spot date till the exercise date, any date. So we have 90 days. For example, there's a 90-day call option. Any of this date, so the 30th day, 34th day, 73rd day, any day you can actually exercise. So that is called an American option. Now, in between this American option and the European option, there is another model called Bermudan. This is Bermudan. Now, Bermudan means, every 15 days you can exercise. Every 15th day. So therefore, it is 3 months. Means you have 6 exercise dates. So every fortnight end, every Friday, every second Friday you can exercise. Okay, so that's called Bermudan option. So that means, is it American? No. American means any day. Bermudan means specified, several specified dates. That's why it's called Bermudan option. And Bermudan option is an exotic option. Bermuda option is an exotic option. Okay, so and European only on that exercise date. American any day up to the exercise date. Bermudan option several specified dates before expiry. So these are the 3. So now here in this question, it is an European option. That means you can only exercise on that particular exercise date. On this, the index with an exercise price of 50,200, which will expire in 3 months. Which will expire in 3 months. So now, find the value of the European call. Now he says 50% probability it will change up, down 1 month, but it is 3 months. So therefore, you have to find what will be the possibilities if this happens for 3 months. So you have to do the tree model. So this is called as a binomial tree model. Other is called multi-period model. Multi-period approach and binomial tree approach. Okay. So here you have your spot, your exercise price. Okay. So what is your spot? Maybe I'll keep the spot here. Your spot price is actually 50,000. Okay, good. And your exercise price is actually 50,200. Okay, 50,200. Good. So this is your spot price. This is your exercise price. Now let us do the so this is time 0. Okay. So this is actually spot. Okay. So time 0. Now month 1, month 2, month 3. Okay. So I'll try to give like this. So now the stock is 50,000. It is 50,200. So now the stock is 50,000. So it will go up by 100. Sorry, 200. It will go up by 200 and down by 100. So 50,000 plus 200. Okay. And it will go down by 100. So today it is 50,000. 1 month later, two possibilities are there. So either it will be 5,200 or 49,900. Okay. So now what I will do, second month what I will do, again for 5,200, 1 more month. It can go up by another, what do you call it as 200. So 5,200 plus 200. And 5,200 it can go down by 100. So 51. So 49,900 plus 200. Okay. Then 49,900 minus 100. So 49. Wow. So present single scenario has now become two scenarios in month 1. And in month 2, the two scenarios has become 4 scenarios. Wow. So now these 4 scenarios will become 8 scenarios in month 3. Okay. So what I will do, I will reduce this. Okay, good. So now 5,400 plus 200. Okay. That may be 5,400 plus 200. 5,400 minus 100. Okay. 5,100 plus 200. 5,100 minus 100. 5,100 plus 200. 5,100 minus 100. 49,800 plus 200. 49,800 minus 100. So 49,700 plus 200 minus 100 plus 200 minus 100 plus 200 minus 100 plus 200. So these are the 8 possibilities that can happen. So now what is the probability? Going up 50%, coming down 50%. Again, going up 50, coming down 50. 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 Now, very important this step. So what is it ITM or ATM or OTM? In the money, at the money, or out of the money? So we need to know this. Okay. So how do you find this? Because if it is a call option, just now I told you, your call option means you have to maximize your market price, US, minus excise price. So what is your US? 50,600 minus your excise price. What is your excise price? Your excise price is 5,200. So maximum of your market price, okay, minus your excise price, comma 0. 400. Naturally, if market price is 5,600 and it is 5,200, you will exercise because you are able to make a margin of 400. Now, similarly, let us check for 5,300, you make a margin of 100. 5,300, you make a margin of 100. 50,000, no. 50,300, yes. 50,000 no, 50,000 no, 50,000 no. So out of this 8 possibilities, only 4 possibilities you are able to, what do you say, exercise it. So what is the probability? The probability is 50%. The same is 50% here. The same is 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. But these two outcome is together because this is with respect to the second month, the 2 possibilities in third month. So what I will do, I'll find batch by batch. Okay, I'll find batch by batch.
Sir, in question, probability is given.
Yeah, it is given.
50%.
I'll show you. Yeah, there is a 50% probability that will go up and 50% will come. So now these two form what do you call it as your payoff? I'll call this as a payoff. And so I have to come back from the month 3 payoff, then month 2 payoff, then month 1 payoff, then I have to consolidate. So this is your month 3 payoff, which I will consolidate into 1. So which will be similarly the next batch, the next batch, the next batch. So now these 8 scenarios, payoff is this. Once you apply this, this is your 250, 50, 50 and 50. Now that is your scenario for your second month. So again 5400 is 50% probability. And again 50% probability. So your 50,400, 50,100. Payoff is this. 50,100 payoff is 0.5. 49,800 payoff is 0. So now you need to, I'm sorry, I will put this here. So now what I will do, I will multiply to arrive at 250 into 0.5. Similarly 50 into 0.5. Similarly 50 into 0.5. Similarly 0 into 0.5. So like how I grouped this 8 into 4 payoffs. Now this 4 payoff I will group into 2. Okay, so what is the payoff here? This is your payoff. Okay, so the sum will become, so 125, I'm sorry. So 125 plus 25. Similarly, 25 plus 0. So this is your payoff for your first month. So maybe I'll just reduce this again to 150%. So this is all the tree approach. So now, what is the probability for 5200? 5200 payoff is 150. 4900 payoff is 25, which is 50%. This is 50% chance. This is another 50% chance. So now, what is the product of this? 150 into 0.5. 25 into 0.5. Okay, so actually it is chiller is there. So what is the total? The total is now 87.5. Good, 87.5. So this is your tree approach. Maybe from here we can even reduce this. So that the entire view will be clear for you. So this is your total cash flows. So 1 becomes in month 1 2 payoffs. In month 2 it becomes 4 payoffs. Month 3 becomes 8 payoffs. These 8 payoffs, the scenarios, the 8 scenarios payoff is here, 8 payoffs. So that if I apply the probability, I get the 4 payoffs, which is for the month 2. Again, I find what is the payoff for that is for month 1. Then I get the payoff for the present. So 87.5 is my value of call option. So please look at this, 87.5. So this is your value of call option. Now, same question. This is the question for valuing the call option. Now, how will you value the put option? A stock index is at 50,000 points. There is a 50% probability that it will change either up by 20, down by 100. Can zero be put option? So what I will do is same. Okay. But I will not restructure this. There is only one place I will change. Please look at this point, guys. This ITM, ATM, OTM. This maximization, this formula alone I will change. The entire model is same. So what I will do is multi-period call option. Now the same what I will do, I'll copy this, but this is put option. So now the same 50 first year, first month is it goes up and it comes down. Okay, so this green color, and the green color payoff is this. Okay, your 150 and 75. So that's your payoff, green color. Then you have this month 2. Oh, month 2 is I'll give a different color. So this is month 2 scenarios, and month 2 payoff is here. Okay, this is your month 2 payoff. Okay. So where is it? It is here. 55, 150, 75. This is your month, and this is your month 3. I'll give a different. So I put this color. These are the 8 scenarios for which you have got the 8 payoffs. These 8 payoffs is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And these are your payoffs for your next period. So once you multiply with that probability, you get the payoffs for your next 4 periods. So this is that one, 125, 25, 25. So this is your payoffs, and you get this. Now, what I will do is, this is actually your put model. So I will delete this part. Instead of this, I will change the payoff. What is the payoff for a put option? The same one. I will maximize excise price minus your market price. Excise price minus market price. But for a call option, it is market price minus excise price. So this is the only place where I will make a change. So please look here. So equal to maximum of your excise price minus your market price, comma 0. Oh, wow. Why? Because market is selling at 650, 600. Why should I sell to the call writer at 50, 200? So I will not sell. So it is out of the money. So I will not do that. So similarly, let me find out what is the, yeah. So what is the payoff for 50, 300? No, because it is greater than 50, 200. Similarly, here also no. Here, yes. Here, yes. No, here because both are same. Here, yes. Here, yes. Here, yes. So this is your answer, guys. Uh, 137.5. So 137.5 is the value of your put option. Please look here. 137.5. That's all. So this is a definite exam question. And many will be getting this particular exam question anytime. So only the numbers will get changed. So please try to practice it to get a grip on this. Now, I'll just add some more mirchi masala here. What if this is your value of your put option and this is your value of your call option? What if in the market, the call is offered lesser than 87.5? Then it is undervalued, you buy. If the call is offered higher than 87.5, it is overvalued, then sell. Okay. So please look at the question here. For example, if the actual price of the call is 120, so that means call option is here. 120 means it is overpriced. So overvalued. Okay. So overvalued means you have to sell. Then only you will make a margin in it. Similarly, reverse. Instead of 87.5, if it is priced at 60, then it is undervalued. Don't buy, because that is the worth of that particular option. You can make a margin out of it. So if it is undervalued, buy. So C is the answer. Okay. For 120, overvalued, sell is the answer. Okay. So B is the answer. The same strategy applicable even for your put option also, because if it is priced more, sell, make profit. Priced less, buy, margin, make profit out of it. So this is the normal, what do you call it, as a business from an option market. That has nothing to, you need not worry about it. But this fundamental calculation is where you need to be careful about. Okay. So now let me ask Sundarajan sir.
Tell me, sir.
So, what is your feedback about the entire call option, right from spot forward rates, single period model, parity, and multi-period put, multi-period call? That is tree, binomial tree model. Okay, so your reflections, your views on it.
I started traveling in a normal road and ended on a bumpy road. This I was able to understand, I was able to follow, but probably I will have to work on many times on this multi-period model, because the probability theory is also hiding what you call mirchi for that. Finding it difficult to understand the last one only. But anyway, still I will work on this once again.
Very good. So let us hear from Dr. Avinash Podarji. Very, very good morning, sir. Avinash ji. Mr. Anuj Dang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So your reflections on single period, spot forward, parity, multi-period model.
I'm able to understand, but requires practice, I believe. Because there are formulas and some like concept should be like,
Yeah.
I think
So
it requires
all
some
these are
practice.
all these are exam questions. So I wish you practice a lot so that you get a grip on it. And interesting point, I'll just share with you 3 tips before I close. Number 1, unless and otherwise required, don't answer all the 83 questions. I'll give you 2 extreme circumstances. There was one candidate, one participant, she attempted only 58 questions. She attempted 58, got 60.75. Thank God she came out. This is one extreme. Another extreme is there are people who attempt 80, 81, 82, even 83, all questions. Okay, and they were able to get even 63, 64, 66, okay, on an average. But majority, I'm telling about majority, okay, these 2 are extreme circumstances. Okay, in my suggestion to all of you is, if you are crossing 75 questions, please do what do you call this? Take a calculated risk of attempting the questions. So that is very, very important. So the participant who actually attempted only 58, I asked her only one question: why didn't you cross at least 60 questions? You know what is the answer she gave? Sir, I don't know the answers at all. So I was only confident on 58. Even in that 58, some 1 or 2 are mistake. But some case study, she was able to push that total and she got it 60.75. So that is an extreme strategy. But majority who clear the examination, they cross the 70 question mark, 70 to 80. That is the average. So if you are going to cross 75, please be careful. So with 75, people can manage. This is number 1 point. Number 2, for case studies, for example, the entire time is 120 minutes. So 120 minutes, if you divide by, what do you say, the 100 marks, okay, it is for 1 mark, it is 1.2 minute only, okay. And your case study is actually 20 marks case studies. So 20 into 1.2, it is only 24 minutes. So you don't get more time, and there are 3 questions. So that means, so 24 by 3, it is 8 minutes only you have for 1 case study on an average, I'm telling you. And in that you have to read the case study also and you have to interpret it. So 2 minutes, 3 minutes gone. So technically there will be only 5 minutes for you to solve 1 case study. So 5 into 3, 15 minutes is what the working time that is available. Maybe you can go, if at all you have done some of the questions much faster, you can gain some more time. So this is a big challenge in this exam. So within 15 minutes, you should try to actually answer. So that is why they don't give you a big case studies. They only give you a very, what do you call it, as a restricted, only 1 page only will be there, that case. But it will be with content, okay, with stuff will be there. So practice only can give you the edge. So that is the next point. So please ensure that you take a calculated risk, whether it is 60 questions you attempt or 75 or 80. Please take a calculated risk. Second, please be aware of your time and don't leave. Maybe if you are leaving questions, what you leave should be only what you don't know. Okay. And never bother about the questions what you have left, because nobody has scored 100. Nobody has scored 100 for your information. Everybody, they only try to maximize that mark. Okay, 2. The third point, very important point, is be conceptually clear in the subject. Especially, I will try to do MCQs. So thereby I'll get the grip on the subject. MCQs are required. When it is required, once you are clear with the concepts. What is the bond valuation? What are the types of bond? What is meant by a cap, a floor? What is the concept behind it? So once you get the grip on the concepts, after that, maybe you can crack as many MCQs as possible. But without concepts, it is like jumping into the sea without knowing the swimming. It's it's not advisable. So MCQs may not give you the comfort at all, unless and otherwise you are good in the question. Even if you are good in the concepts, small number. You need not solve 1,000 questions or 2,000 MCQs, not required. So you have actually 10 topics. In each topic, if you can solve, say, 50 questions to 100 questions, sufficient. So that means maximum 800 to 1,000 questions if you are able to cover. That itself is so much. So I think with this three simple and effective tips, I'm sure you can do wonders. And may I request maybe any one or two to give your closing remarks summary, not only on today's topic, but also today's session, but also for the entire 7 days session. May I request Mr. R.K. Raman to share
Yes,
his
sir. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
In fact, all the sessions look like a lively session. I did not feel that I am doing virtually all these sessions. First of all the faculties are so interactive and they are so, I should say, quick in responding to the queries. I got a feeling that I am sitting in a classroom itself.
Oh, wow.
Secondly, all the faculties are extremely knowledgeable and they have, in fact, dealt with the subject several times. That is another part of the success of this 50 hours training. And third thing is, all the concepts, though we have studied somewhere in CA final, but the way it was taught in that time and now what we are studying is totally different. In the technological regime, we are seeing everything in Excel now, and there we did it in a physical manner. So I think the shift in the process of learning is also a very interesting thing of this 50 hours training. And last but not the least is the faculties, they have taught these subjects in a manner that you can definitely clear the subject. So that kind of assurance all the faculties have given to us, and this is very important for any competitive exams. So I am extremely thankful to all the participants and our organizer for giving such a wonderful experience of learning.
Thank you. So may I request anybody else to share your views, please? Who else wants to share? Mr. Siva, Mr. Ashok, Mr. Anuj, Mr. Ravindran?
Yeah, I
Can
can
you
just
hear me?
say,
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Anuj, please go ahead.
Yeah. I think as Mr. Raman mentioned, I think the sessions have been very lively. Of course, key takeaway is that the fundamentals are very strong. No doubt about that. I mean, the basics, we need to go back to the basics. Of course, it's after so many years that we come to the classroom. So obviously, I think there's a shift in the way we had approach this exam. So it's a very key takeaway is be sure about the basics. Go through the basics, even if you don't cover 100%. I think a major portion of the syllabus we cover, and then go to the MCQs. I think that's a very good point that you made also. As well as every faculty we were able to get, besides the basics, I think the tips are also going to work for the MCQs. Overall, I think the combination of study as well as a smart way of doing exam. I think that's how I feel we'll have to do that, and I think we are very thankful to the faculty for giving us this confidence. Thank you.
Very good. Sundarajan sir, நீங்க கொஞ்சம் sum up பண்ணுங்க sir.
I always been feeling that the learning is a continuous process, and that is able to be aptly told in this matter. Because all said and done, as Raman was also telling, what are all the things you have been doing in the earlier occasions, now it is being spread across by utilizing technology, number one. And really, I am amazed with the faculty's openness. They have been very, very open and clear in sharing their knowledge. And definitely, today's session was also an icing on the cake, actually, Gopal, because all said and done, We have been anticipating your presence in so many classes. As you rightly said that you are not able, but actually speaking, when you are substituted with Murli and Santosh, they were able to aptly fit in, and they were able to explain us in a detailed manner also.
Good.
One thing is very, very important. All the faculties are giving us confidence that we'll be able to handle. For our age and all these things, we are finding it difficult to learn things. But this sort of probability theory and all. One point which I would like to ask you is whether these formulae, whatever be the formulas which has been explained to us, how in the earlier occasions we would have been doing by various things. By doing practice itself, it will be understood, no? So in that situation, that time will be available in the examination. That time will be available. So probably we'll have to, if it is so difficult, probably we'll have to skip that question and go to the other.
Best. If it is time consuming, you have the dilemma, leave it. That is the best.
Exactly similar to compulsory question in CA final examination. Thank you very much for excellent positioning rather than anything, rather than teaching and training. The excellent positioning of all of our ability to appear in the examination. I'm sure that we'll be able to justify all your efforts. Thank you.
Thank you. So whether Mr. Vijay Kumar is there? No, maybe he's not there. So thank you very much. You can we can relax for some time, and maybe after that MCQs you can take. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.